Big finish there. Hi, good morning. Suzanne Michaels sitting in for Randy Roberson on the Room Country Forum. And of course today is the Movie Guys Day. We have Andy, and we have Craig, and we have Tina in. Good morning, my friends.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
And good morning to everybody out there in Radio Land.
That's right. We've got a great show planned for you, but first let me thank our sponsors, Banner Payson Medical Center, George Henry Plumbing and Heating, At Your Service, Cleaning and Tree Service, ITD Group, Computer Services, Anytime Fitness, and Hospitality Wireless. Alrighty, so we have a new movie starting at the theaters today, correct?
Yes, just one. Yeah.
Okay, tell us about it.
It's Abominable.
Abominable.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Abominable.
You're gonna go see it and tell us, right, Andy?
This is a kids movie, an animated kids movie. It's just getting really good reviews. Looks like a cute film.
Great.
About a magical yeti that's trying to make his way home. It looks like a great one for the kids.
Nice. And that will show at 4 o'clock in 3D.
Yeah, 3D, yes.
Woo.
Yeti call home.
And 7 p.m. All right. And then for tomorrow evening, it looks like we have one show only.
Oh yeah, tomorrow night we're going to do Spirited Away. This is an animated, another, I guess in the anime genre. But we're doing that at 10 o'clock tomorrow night for just $5.
Wow, that's cool. So let's see, what is that rated?
It's peachy.
All right, so anybody can come. Keep the kiddies up. They can come in their jammies, right?
Sure.
Why not? Why not? What else have we got showing this weekend?
Well, the other stuff is all the holdovers.
Great.
Yeah, I guess
And
Yeah.
Astra.
Ad Astra, yeah. I was going to say what the big one is, which I guess that's Ad Astra, yeah. We had 3 new ones last week, so that was Ad Astra, Hustlers, and Rambo,
Yes.
which are all still there. But yeah, Ad Astra's been an interesting one also. I know Andy saw that last week.
What'd you think, Andy?
I didn't think it was too hot.
No?
No.
Okay.
If people that are interested, they can look at the Payson Roundup, today's issue of the Payson Roundup. I think it's on page 2.
Okay.
My review of Ad Astra, which by the way means in Latin, to the stars.
Ooh.
It was technically, I thought was very good, but the script was incoherent, and they did some stuff that was just dumb. That, I mean, an 8th grader in science class would have said, hey, you can't do that stuff.
Wow.
So, that's disappointing. They spent $100 million on this thing.
Oh,
And
who's the star?
Brad
You know?
Pitt. Oh, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Oh my
Brad
gosh.
Pitt, yeah. Brad Pitt did a great job, great acting job.
Mhm.
It wasn't his fault. It was the script,
Script
and
itself.
I guess to a certain extent the direction.
Right.
But they too much stuff in it was murky.
Okay.
When you go to a movie and you have to spend your mental effort to figure out what the heck is going on, that's not fun.
Right, it's not enjoyable.
No,
Sure.
You want to go and watch spaceships blow up, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you're there to see, and just kind of relax and
Be
let
entertained.
let it roll over you
Sure.
instead of puzzling it out.
Gotcha. Okay.
And when you puzzle it out in this one, you don't come to any conclusions. It's just
Interesting.
no good.
Okay.
Sorry,
right.
sorry, Craig.
Thumbs down on that one.
Yeah, but this is,
All right.
I gave
Oops.
this one, I think, the worst review I've given in just months and months and months.
Wow. It is pretty bad then.
I would say nationally the critics have liked it.
Okay.
But as he said, audiences have not really been all that warm on this film.
I see.
It is I have not seen it, but everybody says it's a little bit slow developing.
I see.
So yeah, it is kind of more one to, yeah, a
Okay.
little bit of an off sci-fi, I guess.
Yeah. There's a whole little side trip in the movie where they visit a space station manned by Norway, where, and none of the stuff is explained. They just go there and they look at the space station. They're not getting any response from it. You know, it's got the beeper transponder saying danger, danger, you know, we're in trouble, we're in trouble. So they, as good spacefarers do, they stop by to see if they can lend a hand. And the lab animals have gotten loose, and there are baboons running around chewing people up. And there's no reason for, in the terms of the plot, there's no reason why it should be there. There's no explanation of why the Norwegians have baboons in space out beyond.
Gratuitous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I love that word.
Oh,
Yeah,
good word
gratuitous.
usage there, teacher.
Oh, thank you, yeah. That's one of my students said, Professor Carey.
Well, we have Rambo, Last Blood. Is it truly the last Rambo, or how far can we go with Rambo?
Well, you never know. You should have saved that gratuitous word for Rambo. Though.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've sat through some of this, and it is pretty violent.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But you know, it is what it is. You know,
But
it's
is it satisfyingly violent? Because I
Well,
could go for that.
there's definitely some. Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
That's the
If
R
that's
rating.
what it is.
Living vicariously
Yeah,
as
if
I
you're having a
do.
bad day, you might want to go watch it.
Get your anger out.
Yeah, maybe
Release some
watch
of your
it
aggression.
twice.
Yeah. But, you know, Sylvester Stallone in a Rocky Rambo film. So yeah, you're gonna get what you expect on this one.
Okay, are there any surprises, like, oh wow, or
Oh,
we've
you
seen
know,
that before?
I've not seen the whole thing, so
Okay.
I do not know.
Okay,
But it's done all right. A pretty good response here. Nationally, so-so.
sure,
You know, when you're into this is actually the 5th Rambo movie, so
okay, see what I'm saying?
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And so far, both of the movies that we've mentioned thus far are underwater. Rambo's only made 37 million at the box office on a $50 million budget.
Yikes.
And Ad Astra, this might go down as one of the big disasters of the year. They spent $100 million making this. So far, they brought in 50, and it's been out for a couple of weeks, so they
Oh boy.
Is this like Waterworld?
It won't be that bad.
Not that
It won't be
bad.
that
I
bad.
don't think it'd be that bad, right?
Yeah.
That was epic, yeah.
And Waterworld turned profitable. It took them, I think, 21 years to,
Oh, good,
Before
something
they-
for me to live for.
yeah, to turn to profit on Waterworld.
Wow.
Which I thought was much more entertaining than Ad Astra.
Oh, my goodness, that's
Yeah,
insane.
most of these films will turn a profit eventually,
Sure,
but you know,
sure.
you get these residuals coming in from cable and DVD sales, but it might take a while.
Gotcha. Then we have J-Lo in Hustlers. What do you
Yeah,
think?
well, that's,
We have,
this is one-
we can get a guy's opinion or we can get a girl's opinion.
You know, this is another one that's gotten pretty good reviews. Jennifer Lopez has been mentioned for Academy Award consideration on this. This is a true story based on basically these girls from a strip club are ripping off these wealthy Wall Street guys.
Ah, gotcha.
They kind of had they were taking their credit cards and running them up, and with the idea that they would be too embarrassed to really come back and bring anything up.
Sure. Wow. Tina, have you seen it?
I have not.
Okay.
I have been such a bad movie critic because my husband had knee surgery, and I've been really trying to
You've been
support.
doctoring.
I've been doctoring.
Yes.
And I love
That's
you,
okay.
Mark.
We love you, Mark. We do.
But the critics and the audiences have liked this one.
Okay.
I haven't seen it myself, but one of my movie companions gave it a good report. Got Jennifer Lopez.
Does she dance in this movie?
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Because, I
good.
mean, she's a fabulous dancer.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Julia Stiles also in this movie, so that's good.
Excellent.
And the rapper Usher.
Sure.
There are a number of rappers that are making the transition, or at least adding on to their musical careers by going into the movies as well. Spent $20 million on it. Spectacular success, 77 million at the box office.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, and this is kind of a bookie themed movie. At some point in the movie, the strippers start drugging guys and stealing their credit cards and, running up, $10,000, $15,000 worth of charges on their credit cards. And that's just straight out criminality, which I don't think is something that we can celebrate.
Right, and it probably happens every day to the max that, we just have not really thought about it or been made aware of before this movie.
Well, they do get, like I said, this is based on a true story also,
Yes.
and they did get caught doing this eventually.
Is that
so, yeah.
right? Wow,
Yeah.
interesting. That
Yep.
sounds like a plus.
And not much of a penalty, evidently, for the perpetrators. Yeah. And this is set kind of right at the end of the big stock market boom that collapsed in 2008, 2009.
Ah,
So there was this big head of steam built up. There were strip clubs in Manhattan that specifically targeted Wall Street people. So these Wall Street guys would be in there working as hard as they could all day long under tremendous pressure, but getting tremendous rewards as well. So they would go to these places to blow off some steam. And then when the collapse came, the money flow stopped. And they had to figure out some way to
Sure.
keep the flow going, and they did it
yes.
not in a legal way.
Interesting. That sounds like a movie to see for sure. We've got Overcomer. Overcomer. Tell me about that, Craig. Tina?
I haven't seen it yet, but that's really top on my list.
Is it?
I
Okay.
want to see if I can, I know, Craig, I'm sorry. I really want to see that this weekend, that's my goal.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be the last week for Overcomer then too.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a faith-based film by the Kendricks brothers. So yeah, if you like this type of film, this is another good one for you. And like I said, it's been here for 3 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks here at Sawmill Theater. So
Okay.
this will be its final week. It'll be gone next Thursday.
Okay.
And Craig, I talked to some church people the other day, and they said that there was they brought their youth group over
Nice.
to watch it, and
Nice.
you made some kind of special arrangement for them.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. We actually have a caller. Hi, you're on the Rim Country Forum. Okay, and what day is that and what time? Okay, yeah. All right. All right.
Okay. And caller, what's your favorite movie that you've seen so far this year? Overcomer.
Overcomer. It's a faith-based movie.
Yep, and
Yeah.
this is the last
So you-
weekend for
You
it.
need to get yourself over to the movies like I do.
And take a friend.
Yes, and bring a friend. Bring several friends.
All right, it'll be showing at 1, 4, and 7. Thanks for calling. Okay, thank you, bye-bye. Alrighty, and we do have open phone lines, 474-2427, if you have a comment about any of the movies we're talking about, plus we have a really cool subject we're going to talk about in just a minute as well.
And these Kendrick brothers have really turned into a faith movie powerhouse. There's the Kendricks brothers, and then there's another outfit called Pure Films, and they're putting out some pretty good quality movies these days.
Nice.
Kendricks brothers made so much money on the previous movie, Fireproof. I'm sorry, War Room was their big success. That they had enough money for this movie that they could actually build sets.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Imagine
I
that.
know, and there is a calling for this type of movie as well. Craig, what about the movie It?
Yeah, this is actually probably gonna be the last week for It also, that we've had that one for a few weeks. This one's been a huge success. I know this is the second part of Stephen King's book, It. They did this originally back in 92 or 93, I think. But this has been the remake that came out a couple of years ago with the first part. I think I did 700 million worldwide.
Oh my.
So some big money. This one, not quite there, but it's been very successful.
Okay, so last weekend shows at 1:15 and 6:15.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a long one. It runs about 3 hours.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, it's good. It's good.
Great.
If you're into horror films,
Classic
yeah,
Stephen
go
King.
catch this one, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not into horror films. My real life is scary enough, believe me.
But zombies.
This thing,
Apocalypse.
zombies aren't scary. Nobody
You're
believes it.
talking about it. Night of the Living Dead is one of the scariest movies ever made.
No,
Yeah.
it has its moments.
Yeah.
And in any case, even though I don't care much for scary movies, this one is really very, very well done.
Nice.
And I give it a very good review as well.
Okay. And then Wednesday, we have a special day going on at the theater.
Yeah, we started up our kids' movies again. So
Great.
we're doing those, actually it was kids getting out of school early on Wednesdays, so we're doing those at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just $5. And that includes a small drink and small popcorn.
Nice.
So this week we'll see, actually kids are out of school all week now with the fall break. But hey, we're doing, see, next week is,
Week from tomorrow.
Kung Fu Panda 3.
Oh,
Yes, Kung Fu
That's
Panda 3.
October 2nd, yes.
October 2nd, yes, there we go.
Wednesday, Kung Fu Panda 3. And like Craig said, $5 includes a small drink and small popcorn.
Give the kids something to do in the afternoon.
Nice, that's very, very nice.
and
Well,
we have Phantom.
The classic movie is coming up.
Tell me.
Phantom of the Opera, Andrew Lloyd Webber music, oh my God, everybody gotta come to that one.
So
Perfect
week from
segue.
Saturday?
I believe
Yes.
it is,
Yeah.
yes, it's just kind of barreling upon us.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, that's a perfect segue because
Yeah, it is.
when we come back, we are going to talk about movies with great music in them. So, if you have a favorite, we invite you to call in at 474-2427. We'll be right back with the movie guys right after this.
You know, what is your favorite movie with music in it? It's so hard to pick, but, you know, Enchanted, I really glom onto that.
Yep.
I mean, it's just like
We'll drop you
wonderful
off
music in
curbside
it.
at the
And
hospital,
funny
hotel,
lyrics,
or
like the
airport,
old style
and deliver
lyrics,
you back
where
to your
lines
doorstep
would
on
rhyme with
24-hour
lines.
notice.
Wow, I'm calling Payson Airport service right now.
Can we
Bless you.
Can we just address the irony
You wait 360
that you literally wrote a book on zombie movies, but don't like horror films?
I know, thank you, that's what I was kind of trying to,
I don't consider
you know,
zombie movies
they're
to be
not horror
horror
movies,
films.
those are just warm and fuzzy movies for you.
I have to say that Ad Astra ended for me when the guy's out in a spacesuit out maybe 100 yards from his ship, and he's sitting around thinking and it just goes over to the ship.
Yeah.
There's no reaction mass, no reason for him to be able to do
The
that.
physics of it.
No momentum, no velocity, no mass, no nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They had
So
a-
you saw it?
Yeah.
They had a lot of problems with the film. There were a lot of reshoots, and it didn't come easy.
Yeah.
So maybe
So,
some of that
you
reflects
know
in
how music and movies, you get an earworm?
Yes.
I've had a Gershwin earworm.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, I know, really.
A listener tells us about her experience with Hospitality Wireless.
I'm Carol. I've had both cable and
You
satellite service. I would continually drop internet, and I had a lot of buffer issues. And then I heard about Hospitality Wireless. I have been extremely pleased. No loss of internet.
I have been, that has been in my ear.
What's that from?
I can't remember. I have to look it up.
Hospitality Wireless.
But I mean, I've been singing that all all week long.
Hospitality
This is my
Wireless
life,
is real
okay?
country
It's-
sales for unreliable internet connection and surprise
I know,
data
really.
charges. Part of the new technology
Man, with the Crown
to
King
deliver fiber
on Tuesday. You remember Crown King?
with high speed
Don't even
and
know
truly
what it is.
unlimited data.
That little
They'll answer
mining
your
town,
questions
rural
in
mining town up on the top of the Brownshine Mountains.
Oh, it's Cole Porter.
Or
That's
shoot
what
text
it's
for
not.
support.
Which direction?
Got towards Prescott.
970-2565.
26 miles of dirt road.
Awesome.
In the middle of nowhere.
Kiss me, Kate.
Kiss me,
At your
Kate.
service,
This is-
getting a tree service.
The train, they had a train that went up the mountain,
More than ever before.
and it was switchback, so the train would go up, it would pull forward past the track, then it would back up the next one,
Whoa.
go past it, then forward this way, we're gonna hit the next one, then back up the next one, so it would
That-
backwards,
I've never heard
forward,
of,
backwards.
I see what you're saying, I've never heard of
Yeah.
anything that steep, still being able to do it with a train.
It's rugged. It's
Where
so-
is this?
Crown King.
This is a real life thing. not
Yeah.
really.
At Barron's,
Yeah, out past, it's over by Prescott up there by Buddy Basin and Bumblebee and
Well, not only does it keep track
Cre-
of your
Creeder?
vital signs while you're in the hospital, it's
So they had a
also
beer
how
at Creeder. They got a bar in Creeder.
hospitals can be
There's
part of
6
the
people
team without
live in
needing
Creeder.
That's double the amount per bar,
Yeah,
right?
it was kind of, and then 3 of them were sitting out on the porch drinking beer.
That's how it was in Australia in the back country. The first thing that appears in a town is a bar, and the post office is in the bar.
There you go, exactly.
They got their priorities right.
Yeah, and it should be, I say bar, it's actually not a bar, it's a saloon. And women are not allowed. Women are only allowed over in the lounge. Women are not allowed in the men's saloon. But the post office is in the lounge, I think. There was a guy there back in the day when kids were wearing long hair and that sort of thing. He went into a bar out in the outback and
It
somebody
is
said,
9:25, 62 degrees. Suzanne Michael sitting in for Randy Roberson. And I've got the movie guys as my guests today, Andy, Craig, and Tina. Sounds like Andy Craig. Sounds like one person. No, it's Andy and Craig and Tina.
It's a zombie thing.
Hey, a little bit before we start talking about some other stuff here. Next week, we do have a couple of, well, 2 that I need to talk about, but one, Downton Abbey.
Okay?
We do have that. A lot of people have been asking about that one. That is coming, not today, but next Friday. We are getting that one. That'll be here. Then Joker is another one that's going to be opening up next Friday. It's going to be a real interesting one, but
Yeah.
just wanted to get that in there too.
We talked a little bit about Joker before the show. Give
Yeah,
us a tease about it.
Well, you know what? This is actually one I'm going to go watch early because I'm very curious about the film. There's a lot of questions here. It's I mean, kind of based on the Joker from the Batman movies, but there's no Batman in this,
Okay.
and I'm not really even sure how much it ties into that. I think it's more just a kind of a caricature of Joker and more of a kind of a statement about society. And Joaquin Phoenix stars in this one. People have seen it and say it's an Academy Award-worthy performance from him. So yeah, I'm very curious about this one, and we're going to watch it. I think me and Andy and we're going to watch it next Thursday. So we'll be able to come in next Friday and
talk
about this thing and
Okay.
give some more informed opinion on it.
Be looking forward to that. One movie that's coming up that has my interest sparked very much is, I'm probably the biggest Wizard of Oz fan in the world, and I have a whole wall in my house dedicated to Wizard of Oz.
She does. I've
Yes,
seen it.
you've seen it. And there's a movie coming out, Judy, with
Yes.
Renee Zellweger.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Any news on that?
No.
Okay. Well, she plays Judy Garland.
Yeah, not that that's bad news, but yeah. there's-
She
so
plays
everything
Judy
locked in.
Garland.
Do we know if she sings herself or if she's dubbed?
Don't know, it doesn't
That's gonna be
say.
really interesting.
But she's playing Judy Garland in the months before her death,
Oh.
trying for a comeback at a London nightclub. But the concert sequences are downright thrilling, it says. So I'm
That
looking
sounds
forward to that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting back to Joker here for a minute,
Mhm.
Joker has been adopted as kind of the a mascot of a new social movement that I'm really not very familiar with.
Oy vey.
Here it comes.
Get your seatbelt
Take the kids out of the room.
The movement is called the involuntary celibates. And for some reason, they've adopted the Joker as their emblem.
It's their avatar.
Yeah, their avatar. Oh, good. Oh,
Very good.
more good usage.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
Their gratuitous avatar. How's
See, I've
that?
not heard of that. So that's the new thing now. Yeah.
You know, they have too much time on their hands, these people.
I'll tell you.
Well,
Really.
yeah.
Video games.
There's plenty of jobs out there, folks. Go get a job.
That's right. I know. Quit dwelling on this stuff. All right, let's talk about great music from movies. And from here to there, doesn't matter. Give us a call, 474-2427. What music really rocked your world in a movie?
But there are so many.
Yes.
And I'm a big musical fan back to the 30s, Fred Astaire. I've seen all of those movies. Gene Kelly, That's Entertainment, in which there are times where they dance together and sing together. It's really hard to pick, but if I'm just going to close my eyes and stab, the great musical Enchanted with Amy Adams.
Oh, wow.
There are such great songs in that, not just the music itself, but the lyrics.
Yes.
I love that, and when it first came out, my wonderful husband went and we got the DVD, we got the CD, and I went around the house singing it. It's just lovely. It's just lovely.
Fun.
Yeah. So that's just one.
Sure.
I mean, there's hundreds. But
Yes.
that would be one I would just, randomly glom onto.
Okay.
Everybody needs to see that movie. It's adorable. It's the best of Disney.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Craig, what's your favorite movie with the greatest music?
No, for Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Not Rocky Horror.
Yeah, first one.
What about you, Andy?
I'm not sure if I got the title right, but Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Oh, yeah.
Was that the title?
I believe it was it was about George Cohan.
Right,
Yeah.
Okay, running?
James Cagney.
with James Cagney.
And
yeah.
he's a heck of a dancer.
He's a hoofer.
Oh.
He started off as a
Yeah,
hoofer.
yeah, and tap. I mean,
In
remember back in the days
vaudeville.
with all those musicals, those guys could tap as well as wonderful dance.
Yes.
So,
He cuts
yeah.
a rug.
Yeah, he was great.
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Yeah, but then see, I told everybody that I had an earworm. You know, earworms are a song that will not leave your head.
Mm-hmm.
And my earworm this week was "Brush Up Your Shakespeare" by Cole Porter from Kiss Me Kate.
Wow.
And it's just the rhyming of the words. You know, brush up your Shakespeare. Start quoting him now. Brush up your Shakespeare, and the women you will wow. Start quoting Othello, and they'll think you're a hell of a fella. Brush up your Shakespeare, and they're all kowtow.
Wow.
Now you're all going to be thinking that.
I know.
Yeah,
And
it's going to be in your head
again
yeah.
today.
But Kiss Me Kate, wonderful movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Craig.
All right. I'm going to go back a few years. One of my favorite movies, and a lot of people poo-pooed it, but I thought it was great, was Xanadu. I think it had the
Xanadu
greatest music.
With Olivia.
Yes,
Yeah.
Olivia Newton-John,
Yeah.
music from Electric Light Orchestra.
Oh, yeah.
The Tubes. Great music in
Very
that
good.
movie.
I agree.
Michelle's pick was Bohemian Rhapsody.
Well, duh.
Of course, she loves
Really,
Queen.
I love that. Yeah, I saw that 3 times, so I.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Do you know, I'm one of the few that have not seen it
You
yet.
will.
I know. She's going to bring me the DVD and
Yeah,
we'll watch it, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but I think you're gonna really like it.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good movie.
And if you go back to, the silent movies, remember the silent movies were not silent. They were accompanied by music.
Track.
And back in the day, the battleship Potemkin, which was made in 1925, voted, by the way, best film of all time in 1958. Strange, made by Sergei Eisenstein and with music by Dmitri Shostakovich, who's known as a very important Russian composer.
Mm-hmm.
So there was music being melded with movies right from the get-go.
Way back when.
How about Gilbert and Sullivan?
Oh, absolutely,
For sure.
Gilbert and Sullivan,
Of
wonderful.
course.
Yeah.
Great team. Let's see.
The greatest soundtrack of all time was from,
Okay, in other
Write
words,
this down.
hyperbole.
no, don't think so.
I'm all with the vocabularies.
The movie version of Woodstock.
Oh, I agree.
It
That
was
great.
good.
Monterey Pop.
You know, I can still hum the Jimi Hendrix version of the Star Spangled
Oh,
Banner.
yeah.
But can you light your guitar on fire?
No,
I saw him do that.
Did
I
you?
was in concert. Yeah, before he became famous, I saw him. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
See, I'm an old rock and roller, so
Yeah.
yeah, what am I doing in a country station? Well, I love all music, but I am a proverbial rock and roller, so, and I loved the movie Rock of Ages with Julianne Hough. There was
Yep.
some great music in
Yeah.
that movie. These movies weren't necessarily great. When you talk about Xanadu, I mean, roller skating, we're dating ourselves back to, the 80s, but it was pretty hot.
Oh,
in its
it was
day.
good stuff, yeah.
We have a caller. Hi, you're on World Country Forum. Good
Hi, Al.
morning. Uh-oh. True. Oh, yes.
Oh, excellent.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Great.
You
Thank
too.
you so
Thanks,
much
Al.
for calling. Feel better. Bye-bye.
Well, if you go back to the 50s, I mean, the golden age of musicals.
Oh,
and,
That's when it blossomed.
We Singing in the Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that,
Yes.
right? And American in Paris with Gene Kelly.
Definitely.
Gershwin. Gershwin was a serious composer, and so was Leonard Bernstein, who
Mhm.
wrote West Side Story.
Yes, yes. And it seems as though maybe like Andrew Lloyd Webber
Oh, yeah.
walked in their footsteps.
Yes.
Because he carried on that
Yeah.
type of tradition
Yes,
of the music.
he actually wrote a lot of classical music as well.
Yes.
Yes, there's a requiem that he wrote for his father that is just
Oh.
chicken skin wonderful.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, with Placido Domingo and Sarah Brightman.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gotta be great.
They sing.
Gotta be great.
Yeah.
So there's great music from a lot of movies.
Well,
But
think
then-
about Fantasia.
Sure.
They used classical music
Mhm.
for that out-of-body experience movie. Think that-
See?
Yeah?
you said that very carefully.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
Beverly Hills Cop,
Oh, yeah.
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 Axel F. with
Yeah.
his theme song.
And Fletch,
Fletch.
one of my all-time, I mean, that's a great movie.
They have songs in that?
It's the music. Yeah, and they do actually have a song. Yeah, it's, over the end
I
credits.
haven't seen it for a while.
Oh, you gotta see it. That's Chevy Chase's best movie of all.
You think so?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
Lampoon movies.
I know, but I love that movie. I know every line from that movie.
Christmas Vacation.
Love,
Food
love,
fight, we'll
love.
have to duke it out.
Love the Lampoon movies. They are great. Caddyshack. And,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
great
it's
too.
really good. But Fletch has all these little inside jokes.
Innuendos,
You know,
yes.
where he makes up, he's always a different name. So, my name is Don Giovanni.
He's got such a great sense of humor.
And then Craig has been, brought us musicals. He brought us White Christmas. He brought us The King and I,
Mm,
Oklahoma. All of these are great musical
for
films.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And people don't think about those movies much because they are, a part of history, part of the past, and they don't think to go rent it, they don't think to go buy it. And to have it available at the theaters
Mhm.
as your classics, I think it's fabulous.
We got another one coming up in the end of November is the second part of Frozen.
Really?
And you talk about, music, that
Yeah.
first Frozen, with the, it's only been a few years, but it's still already kind of iconic, I think.
Still great.
Let It Go and those.
For sure, that was huge.
Well, and so much Disney.
Yes.
You know, The Lion King, of course Enchanted was made by Disney.
Right.
Moana, all of these have great, Disney started out with so many musicals.
True.
And those are, you know, Snow White.
So, yeah, the old classics like that.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
classics.
Like
Fantasia.
Lion
Fantasia,
King.
of course.
Yeah, Lion King just left, you know,
Oh,
they
yeah, that
redid
was
that one.
great, yeah.
See, and movies like that, you know, have a hit from them, you know, Lion King, with Elton John. I mean, they wind up being huge hits, huge
Right,
hits.
Right.
That's Elton John's first and to this point only Oscar was for Lion King.
I'll be darned.
And then they took The Lion
Interesting.
King, and when they made it, the recent one which I saw, which was wonderful, the great composer Hans Zimmer did some of the music from that. And he did, to me, one of the all-time great scores, Gladiator.
Oh, sure.
Oh, my goodness,
Yes.
that's just chicken skin wonderful.
Very talented,
Yeah.
very talented.
And then we have all of the James Bond films. You know, of course, you know, the opening songs of James Bond.
Right.
Iconic
Right.
movies.
Yeah.
Sheena Easton.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Adele, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sir Paul.
Oh, be still my heart.
Sound of Music,
Pardon me?
The Sound of Music.
The Sound of
Done
Music.
the sound of
Yeah,
music,
yeah.
yes.
And then
Another
remember,
one that Craig has brought to us on the classic movies, Sound of Music.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
And then remember, Judy Garland had a wonderful daughter, Liza Minnelli.
Liza.
And she was the daughter, I mean, think about Hollywood royalty of music.
True.
Her mother, Judy Garland, her father, Vincent Minnelli,
Right.
who directed so many great musicals. He was like the musical, you know,
Yeah.
the director at MGM, the Golden Age. Cabaret is an
Oh,
amazing
gosh.
movie, and the music from that is stellar.
Great pick.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, they did one of our concerts, so they did a special section of all music from Cabaret, and it was so much fun.
Well, I think some of it was, the words were written by Bertolt Brecht, who is, you know, was a German who chronicled the rise of Hitler
Wow.
in some of his poetry and songs, and that is, you know, that's what that movie is about.
Yes.
It's the pre-Hitler debauched era of Germany,
Right.
on the verge of the Third Reich.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Phone lines are open, 4742427. What is some great music that you love from a movie?
We're talking about the Disney princess movies, you know, like Aladdin.
Yeah.
And some of the songs in there are, you know, the Disney princess movies are about falling in love, essentially. Same,
They are.
the same
And
deal.
someday my prince will come.
There you are.
That's what I said at the photo mount.
That's a song.
But the lyrics in some of these, like in Aladdin, the song, It's a Whole New World.
Yes.
When,
Yes.
you know, they realize what's going on and they just are transported. And in Little Mermaid, there's a calypso song, Kiss the Girl. That is just.
Kiss the girl, mine.
Yeah.
Jamaica.
Every time it's a crab named Sebastian is singing it. And every time I hear that, it just makes me smile. It's you know, well, you're that age, you know, you're a teenager, you know, I want to kiss this girl, but what if she just want to be kissed? I don't know what to do, and oh, my hands are all sweaty. I don't know what to. You kissed the girl.
Kiss the girl, kiss the girl. And speaking of Jamaican movies, The Harder They Come, and I don't know if there's anybody out there in Radio Land who has seen this movie.
I have.
It was made in the 70s with Jimmy Cliff. You know, Many Rivers to Cross, that's from that movie. You can get it if you really want. And I was living in Jamaica while they were making this movie. I mean, it was really, the movie is so hard to understand that you need subtitles. And it has subtitles because you have the Jamaican patois, but you go back a bush, which is, you know, way back in the country, and you can't understand the boy.
I love it. Alrighty, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the movie guys right after this.
Boy, I haven't thought about Jimmy Cliff for a long time.
Oh, I love Jimmy Cliff, and I was just listening to a whole, he has many, many hits, you know, not just from the movie, but like, he was great.
Right?
Yeah.
Your complete 7-day forecast.
Holiday
Information station.
Holiday falls,
One
one
and
and
all.
all.
The customer service is
should be
important
singing
to us.
on this
We've been
show.
serving the Red
Yeah.
Country
I already
for
did.
50 years.
Craig's like, no! No, please.
I
remember that. Good one, Beetlejuice.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Gotta talk
I think
about
you got
that.
something, Dad, girl.
You'd
You'd be singing.
You think about something. And Fiddler on the Roof,
For sure,
Funny Girl.
Are you putting
I mean,
on lunch
Barbara?
at the gym because you don't love
For
the
sure.
shape you're
Yeah.
in?
You can't get where you're going and never leave where you are.
This is Gwen and James at Anytime Fitness.
Take the first step and walk through our doors. We believe in celebrating the little victories.
Our staff and trainers are dedicated to your health and fitness, open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
You can find us at our website, Facebook, and Instagram.
We're located next to Urgent Care at 101 South Beeline Highway.
We'll get you a collar. Get you a flea collar.
Bloodborne. Hey, what about Les Mis?
it is 9:45 and 64 degrees. Suzanne Michael sitting in for Randy Roberson, who's taken a couple of well-deserved days off. And we're on the Rim Country Forum talking to the movie guys. We're talking about great music from movies. And here we go again, Suzanne. Staying Alive and Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, yes.
The Bee Gees, how can
And
you resist?
remember that John Travolta was a Mongo dancer.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh, I know. Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
Hello, Patrick
yes,
Swayze.
hello, Patrick Swayze. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Now, just changing gears just a moment.
yes.
John Carpenter, who has written, who has done some great horror movies, he wrote the music for just about all his movies.
Mhm.
And one of my favorite scores from his movies is The Thing.
Ah,
It's with Kurt Russell. It takes place up in the Arctic. Oh my gosh, that music is just perfect for the scariness
very
of that movie.
suspenseful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It's almost got a heartbeat
Wow.
sound to it.
Love it.
Ooh.
Love it. The Bodyguard.
Oh, with Whitney.
Whitney.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Dirty Dancing, Patrick Swayze,
Yeah.
Ghost?
Oh.
Again.
Oh.
Yes, again.
Yes.
You know, what a great gag on too soon.
R.I.P.
I know.
Yeah.
Loved him.
And,
Did you see the special that they had on TV about him?
I have not, but I shall.
Oh gosh, I am Patrick Swayze. And,
Yeah.
unfortunately, he developed a really, really serious drinking problem.
He did.
Really bad.
Yeah.
His wife, stuck by him.
Yep.
Lisa Nemi, she just was amazing.
Well, they were both classically trained. And he
Yes.
actually danced with the Joffrey Ballet.
Yes, he
I'm a
did.
big ballet groupie.
He was just so talented, and what a great talent going way too soon. Mrs. Robinson.
Yes, The Graduate.
Yes.
With
yes.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and
They did the
Garfunkel.
whole score for that movie.
That was amazing.
You know, they are, just as a side thought, they are the only group that I know who's ever written a song about an architect. You remember they wrote that song So Long, Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yes.
It's a beautiful.
There you
I
go.
just listened to that yesterday. It was beautiful, beautiful song.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Back to the Future.
They wrote a song about getting reefed up in Manhattan too.
They
The
did.
39th Street Bridge song.
Yes.
right.
Feeling
Yeah.
groovy.
Feeling groovy.
Yes. Yes. Slow down.
We're dating ourselves.
I know, but that was
And it's a
when
good
music
thing.
was
Yeah,
music.
music was music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
Oh, excellent.
Huey Lewis in the News.
Absolutely.
Some good music.
The big one missing here, Celine Dion, Titanic.
Oh,
big time.
gosh.
Yeah.
Those were,
That was huge. That was
Yeah.
actually, that just got passed up for, it's #2 grossing film now of all time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
This last Avengers film just passed it up earlier this year.
I'll
Yeah.
be darned.
And Huey Lewis did a movie called Duets that was just wonderful.
Was that with Gwyneth?
With Gwyneth Paltrow, yeah.
Ah.
Huey Lewis plays the dad and Gwyneth Paltrow is the daughter, and they go to contests, singing contests, and win money prizes.
Yes.
And, I don't know what the story is, but the music is just great, the two of them together.
It is great.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Yeah.
The animated film Heavy Metal.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh, that's
yeah,
great.
really
That's
good,
great.
Really good. And Miami Vice.
Oh,
I mean,
Jan Hammer.
Jan Hammer. I mean,
Yes.
that theme. Both
was
the TV series
moving.
and, you know, Huey Lewis appeared in that.
He
They brought in other musical talent.
Yes.
That was such a great series.
Loved that
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
And here's Michelle with her list. We did do the bodyguard. Oh, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Oh my gosh.
Prince.
Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace. And she also had mentioned Beetlejuice.
Yep.
Yes. We have another caller. Hi, you're on Room Country Forum. Good morning. Doing good. How are you? Good. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And he is one of those classically trained, you know, orchestral guys like
Mhm.
John Williams and
Sure.
James Horner. But yeah, that is a wonderful. I have to go back and revisit that. Thank you
Good
for that.
suggestion.
Yeah.
That's funny that you mentioned that because I was just going to mention Top Gun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
High noon.
Working on a second one now.
Are they?
Top Gun, yeah, for next year, yeah.
Is this blasphemy or?
That's
It's gonna be, you know, Tom Cruise again, but as a, you
Oh,
know, just kind of a continuation of the other one where
Right.
he's an older pilot now.
now that you mention that. Now the wheels are turning, and I'm, you know, not suffering from the Alzheimer's. I usually do, but I had met a couple at the casino, and when we introduced each other ourselves, she said, "And this is Maverick." And I said, "Well, what a strange name." And she said, "He was the model for the movie Top Gun." And he pulls out his phone, and he's got all kinds of pictures on there of him and Tom Cruise, and
Oh,
filming the movie. Yes,
wow.
he is, and he
Oh,
lives here in Payson.
he lives in Payson.
Yes.
Ooh, maybe we can get him in here.
I know, he lives in
Oh.
Chaparral Pines.
Cool.
So, if you're listening, call me, and let's reconnect.
That's really great.
I know, what a great find.
And one of the things that's great about our little theater here, the Sawmill Theaters, is a couple of years ago, Craig completely rebuilt the entire sound system.
It is fabulous.
Really, really great.
With
Kudos to
Acoustics.
Craig.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So when I was in there a couple of years ago, when they showed the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie,
Oh.
and this,
Censoring.
it's just fabulous. And Star-Lord at the opening sequence is dancing through this cave to this music, and because of the sound system, you can hear every note. It's just pristine.
It is.
And beautiful and perfect. And boy, is that fun.
It is fun. It's like
Yeah.
being in a concert. The acoustics are
It
fabulous.
is.
That's both those movies, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, had a great soundtrack.
They did.
That old, you know, old
Yeah.
music from
Yes.
the 50s and 60s.
Right.
And then back to 2001: A Space Odyssey,
Mhm.
which used that "Thus Spake Zarathustra," yeah, easy for me to say. But yeah, that and then you know the waltz, Strauss waltz.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was some, and they actually he used a lot of, Kubrick used a lot of classical music in that.
True.
I went back and looked, you know, these are composers who composed these 4 orchestral presentations that he chose
Right.
for 2001.
And he really made that work too,
Yeah,
with
He did.
you know, the Blue Danube,
Oh.
and they're you know.
When they're docking.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I mean, it's
goodness,
just.
it's just beautiful.
It's really some kind of a genius
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, raspberries go all the way. They're friends of mine from Cleveland. I'm friends with all of them. And of course, Eric Carmen went on to do Hungry Eyes in Dirty Dancing. So, you know.
And then wait, the Blues Brothers.
Whoa!
Whoa!
One of my favorites.
We're on a mission from God.
I wasn't real crazy about Blues Brothers 2,
No.
even though it had more stars in it. It had
But
Johnny
it
Lennon.
had great music.
It
I mean,
really
both of those things,
Really
great
did.
music.
Classic, yeah. Like they go into the bar, they say, what kind of music you play here? I say, we got both types, country and western.
That's right, I love it, I love it. And Footloose.
Yep, Footloose,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was a good one.
Yep.
That was a good one.
And that gets a good mention in Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
Aha.
Yes, homage.
An homage.
Yes, Kenny Loggins on those.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Uh,
Kenny Loggins in the
With Top Gun,
scene.
with Top Gun too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Danger Zone, yes.
Yes.
And Les Mis. What about Les Mis?
How could
Now,
we
that
forget
was
that?
Andrew Lloyd Webber, was it not?
I believe it
I
was.
believe it was.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. The Way We Were.
Yes.
That's Babs
Yeah.
and Chris Christopherson, of course, you know.
Yeah, and then she was Funny Girl.
That's right.
And I mean, that's just an amazing musical. And she also starred in Hello, Dolly.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, how we forget about these movies,
Yeah.
A
you
Star is
know?
Born. yeah.
Star is Born.
Yes.
Yes, which we had. Thank you,
Both,
Craig.
Both, yeah, the
Yeah.
old one and the new
All of
one
them,
also.
yeah.
The really old one, the very old one.
Medium old one.
The medium old one and the new one,
You
yeah.
sound like Starbucks. You know, what is it, Venti? Well, why is it Venti? I want the big one.
Was that Judy Garland in the first one?
She was the second one.
She was
I
the
think.
second one. There was a
Second
30s,
Yeah.
right? Frederick Forrest?
Was it four of them?
I think, yeah, there were four.
Four. Wow.
And Lady Gaga was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
She's got, she can sing. Yeah,
Oh,
she can sing.
For all
Yeah,
you,
there was some talk about how well Lady Gaga and
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper did in the part where they're in love,
Mhm.
and there's really a great screen chemistry between them in the movie, and it turns out that they were.
What are the tabloids saying? We all read those on our way out.
That's right, and
to
they're
check
the
out.
truth.
Oh,
Yes, the truth.
Yeah, well, National Enquirer, you remember, they actually outed Jesse Jackson and his love child back in the day, and John Edwards, who was running for president, and they stopped his presidential campaign. So I'm, considering the media today, I'm more with the National Enquirer. I think that's my go-to paper of truth. You know, they're not fake media.
Yeah, and if you go to Men in Black 1, that's where they got their tips.
Yes, yes.
And the Inquirer also broke the story on the Bat Boy, so.
Oh,
yes, very
see?
good, yeah, see, so everybody
Very
needs to
important for our
go,
society.
don't read the Arizona Repugnant, just read the Inquirer.
Well, for all you space cadets out there, remember Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and
Yeah,
Confused.
a little bit of Led Zeppelin in there, you know, kind of, you had to be under a different influence.
Yeah, really. And then Mamma Mia
Mamma Mia, ABBA.
with ABBA.
Everybody
And
loves
both of them,
ABBA.
you know what, the second one was wonderful too.
Yes, it was. ABBA is a great, great band.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, you can bring up Highlander, going way
Oh,
back. That was all
gosh.
Queen music.
Still my heart.
That's right.
It was Queen did all that
Yes,
soundtrack.
there
yeah.
could be only one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That first movie was classic.
It was
They
the
kinda-
best, yeah.
I thought they kind of fell apart after that, but that
Christopher
first one was.
Lambert.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
And Sean
Sean
Connery.
Connery, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Just such a
And
weird.
Clancy Brown playing, you know, the evil.
Oh yeah, the Kurgan. Yeah,
The Kurgan, yes, thank you. Oh, he was the baddest of
Yeah.
bad. He's one of the scariest persona
Yes.
in movies for me. You know, Night of the Living Dead and Clancy Brown.
Sure.
Kurgan. Nightmares all around.
And there's a version of Knock on Wood in what is arguably the greatest movie ever made.
Wait, you just had one. You can't have two.
Emma Stone in Easy A. She's dressed as a cheerleader, and she sings "Knock on Wood"
Oh, gosh.
to the high school basketball game, high school crowd. And holy smokes, that is a great song.
Okay, now, you know in English class we teach that there cannot be two superlatives. So you had two. So you gotta backpedal
You
on
have a
one of
mark
those. Yeah,
against you
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
We have another caller. You're on Rim Country Forum.
Oh yeah, next
Sure.
Friday.
Next Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
Woohoo! Plan ahead.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for calling. All right, yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to that movie.
Well, now, I will take people back to South Pacific, to which I know all the words because my father and mother played those on, on
sure.
the Victrola.
Right?
And, Mary Martin,
Oh.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair.
Indiana Jones.
Oh,
Yes,
love that.
absolutely,
Love that.
absolutely.
Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, my
Nielsen.
goodness,
Remember that?
Nielsen, yes.
Everybody's talking.
Yep.
Do not forsake me, oh my darling.
Yeah.
On this our wedding day.
I can't remember any music from Downtown Abbey, though.
Downton Abbey? It has good background music, at least the series does. But you'll remember, it'll be an earworm, because when I did binging of Downton Abbey, when, I hadn't seen the latter sections, I just one weekend, true confession, I was seeing, my okoli, which was Hawaiian for my tush, was glued to the couch for hours. And they have great music in Downton Abbey.
Cool.
Jaws.
I don't know how I forgot
Jaws.
these. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Suspense.
Oh,
I don't know how I forgot these two.
Yeah.
Rochelle just brought them in. Two of my favorite movies. Apocalypse Now.
Yes,
Painted Black.
yes.
And American Graffiti.
Oh my God.
How did we
Yes.
forget?
Yes.
Hi caller, you're on Rim Country Forum. We have about a minute left.
Oh, thank you.
Nice
That's a
choice.
wonderful
Thank you
choice.
so much.
Thank you. John Williams, I believe, I think.
Thank you so much for calling in. Well, gosh, that went fast. This is a close for the movie, guys, for this
Fiddler on
Friday.
the Roof.
If I were a rich girl.
I'm still sticking them in there.
Thank you so much, Banner Pacing Medical Center, George Henry Plumbing and Heating, At Your Service Cleaning and Tree Service, ITD Group, Computer Services, Anytime Fitness, and Hospitality Wireless. Thank you so much, Andy, Craig, and Tina. We'll see you again next Friday, and we'll see you at the movies, the Sawmill Theaters.